It's a big foreign policy week here in Washington, and even more so up in New York, where President Obama is spending a couple of days, and where on Monday he gave a very broad foreign policy address to other world leaders, laying out the way he and his administration see the world and see developments in the world. I thought it was a fascinating speech, particularly in the sense that it showed the tension between the president's desire to move forward into a kind of a new international affairs agenda, but the way in which he keeps getting pulled back into the problems of old, one problem in particular. On the New Horizons front, he talked about changing up American foreign policy by renewing diplomatic relations with Cuba, got a line of applause by saying that we in the administration would like to lift the economic embargo against Cuba. What he didn't say is Congress is not ready to go along with that. He talked about the need to move climate change higher up on the international agenda, and he talked about the virtues of the nuclear agreement with Iran, in spite of the fact there's some controversy about that one at home as well. But he said essentially this is a new way to approach these kinds of problems. But in the end, and literally in the end of the speech, he got pulled back into a very old problem, which is the problem of sort of upheaval in the Middle East, and in particular in Syria, a country where the civil war has been raging on for 4.5 years, where he's tried to keep the U.S. out of direct involvement, but in one in which the international aspects of the problem just keep getting worse and worse. Most recently, obviously, a refugee crisis as well. And what he said is, I'm willing to work with anybody, Russia or Iran included, to solve the Syrian problem. But there wasn't much prospect of a quick resolution. In fact, he said, this is going to be a long, slow resolution to fix Syria. That's certainly true, and it shows how that's one problem the president can't escape. That's part of the old agenda, not his new agenda.